What if I told you a single man's obsession with a frozen island could trigger a global financial panic? This is Kenya News Update today. Coming up, you'll discover how President Trump's Greenland gambit is sending shockwaves through world markets and what it means for your investments. European stocks are tumbling. Trade war fears are back. And it all started with a map. Meet President Donald Trump, the 47th President of the United States. On January 20, 2026, the world watched as he took the stage at Davos. But here's the twist. His speech wasn't about peace or prosperity. It was about conquest. For months, Trump has been fixated on making Greenland, a semi-autonomous Danish territory, part of the United States. He hasn't ruled out military action. And now he's threatening new tariffs on Europe if they block his takeover bid. This isn't just geopolitics. This is a direct threat to the global economy. And the markets are screaming. But here's what nobody's talking about. This is the Sell America Trade version 2. A pattern that first appeared after Trump's Liberation Day announcements last year. It's back, and it's bigger. By AM London time, the Pan-European stock 600 was almost 0.2% lower. Most major bourses were in the red. The sell-off started on Tuesday, sparked by Trump's ramped-up rhetoric. He told a reporter, "You'll find out," when asked what lengths he'd go to for Greenland. That vague threat was enough. Global assets plunged. And then something shocking happened. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen fired back. At the World Economic Forum, she labeled Trump's tariff proposals a mistake that would plunge both sides into a dangerous downward spiral. She promised an unflinching, united, and proportional response. The EU stands in full solidarity with Greenland and Denmark, but the escalation didn't stop there. French President Emmanuel Macron suggested using the EU's anti-coercion instrument. This nuclear option could restrict U.S. businesses from Europe's single market. It could exclude American suppliers from public tenders. It could limit investment. It's a trade war blueprint. And then, the BBC dropped a bombshell. Citing unnamed sources, they reported that Bernd Lange, chair of the European Parliament's Trade Committee, will announce a suspension of the U.S. Europe trade deal finalized just last summer. This deal was supposed to be a cornerstone of stability. Now it's on the chopping block, all while Trump prepares to address Davos at PM London time. The tension is palpable. The stage is set for a historic confrontation. But here's the part that will blow your mind. This isn't happening in a vacuum. Elsewhere, UK inflation just rose to 3.4% in December, beating forecasts. The benchmark 10-year gilt yield fell. The financial foundations are cracking under the pressure. CEOs from JP Morgan's Jamie Dimon to Nvidia's Jensen Huang are watching nervously from the sidelines. The implications are massive. Some see this as a bold reassertion of American power. Others see a reckless gamble that could unravel decades of economic cooperation. The controversy is clear. Is this tough negotiation or economic suicide? The unanswered question hangs in the air. How far will this go? We are witnessing the first shots in a new transatlantic trade war, triggered not by steel or soybeans, but by ice and ego. Do you think Trump's Greenland strategy is a masterstroke or a monumental mistake? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more on how global power plays affect your pocket.